Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Yoga Shalom at Home. I'm Reb Cantor Lisa. I'm going to be your guide through the power of Drishtis this morning. And as we're getting warmed up, feel free to massage the hands. We're going to build on our mudra practice from last week. I really found that helpful, so I might go into a few mudras this morning, especially Buddha Mudra and Vajra Mudra, and of course Anjali Mudra. We're going to be using that mudra, some of my favorites. But let's talk about Drishtis for a moment. Drishtis call us to be radically present. A drishti is a point or a focus. To focus our everything on one thing. To see as though we've never seen before. To notice as we've never noticed before. To be radically present. To engage in a way which brings our hearts and spirits to their full potential. We will go all in. And isn't that what we're called to do every day? Especially when we're using Zoom, because we really have to focus attention. Now, my teachers have taught me drishtis in two ways. The softening of the gaze, which is just sort of to bring your gaze down, but now I know that the gaze is really supposed to be at the nose. We're going to talk about that. And then also to use a point for balancing, which we'll do later in the practice. And you choose a point that's unmoving across from you, and you gaze at that point. Now, I'd never heard of the other 7 drishtis before my 500-hour training. So I'm really happy to have learned about these very important ways of using the gaze to focus attention during asana, during these poses, and share them with you today. The Ashtanga yoga system, taught by Sri K. Patabhi Joyi, identifies 9 directions or focal points. The Nasagram Drishti is the tip of the nose, so we're going to start by focusing on the tip of the nose. It's just a softening of the gaze downward. The Ajna Drishti, which is between the eyebrows at the third eye. Of course, the eyes are closed for this one, and we're going to begin by using that one in a few moments. Nabhi Chakra Drishti is the navel Drishti, and we're going to be using that during our heart opening this morning. So the navel. If you can't see your navel, you can always use the feet, the toes. Padayoragram Drishti is the toe Drishti. Well, I like the big toes, but I have small feet, so you can just use the top of the feet. The Parshava Drishti, which is the far right, and Parshava Drishti to the left also. So to the right and to the left, we'll use those in our twists. Angush Tadabaham Drishti, the thumb Drishti. Now this one we're going to use when we do Vajra Mudra, and also when we're doing our triangle pose. You'll hear me say to gaze at the thumbnails, and that's what I mean by Angush Tadmayam Drishti. And also Urdhva Drishti, which is up to the sky. We're going to use that today as well. I don't know all of the Sanskrit names enough to use them all the time, but I'm learning them. And as we move through this embodiment prayer practice today, I'm just going to suggest some drishtis and invite you to discover how they can help keep your attention and your focus during this practice. How they might help you focus the attention to your breath and focus your attention long after this practice has ended. So let's find a moment to ground ourselves into either the chair or the mat. I'll be moving back in a moment. Let's take our first drishti by closing the eyes, if that's available to you. And if it's not, you can use the nose, which is just dropping the gaze. Imagine a string attached to the crown of the head, the Keter, extending upward to the source of all. Feel the space in the spine lift. Allow the shoulders to drop away from the ears, the light of the heart to shine through. Ground your sit bones into the earth. If you're seated, allow the feet to ground into the earth. Let's begin a body scan from the crown of the head all the way to the soles of the feet. Breathe normally, but notice how you feel today. Is your breath shallow? As we begin to deepen the breath, we'll put the awareness into the body, but for right now, just notice how you're feeling. Are you holding any tightness anywhere in the arms, in the legs, in the neck, in the shoulders, maybe even in the belly? You know, our kishkas, our guts, tend to get very tight when we're stressed. So relax the gut, relax the back of the neck, relax the arms and the legs. And breathe into that place, of wisdom, and open the third eye, open the drishti, the gaze, to the center of the forehead, and allow that gaze to shed light on anything that you might need to release. Healing and the light washing through you as you focus the gaze in the center of the forehead. Allow all the thoughts that might be niggling in your mind to float away. Swallow in the throat. Pack up anything you don't need and bring yourself right into this time and this place, this focus, only for yourself today. Scan through the body. Scan into the drishti of the third eye. And begin to relax in to your Mishkan, your holy space. Building this protective bubble which will allow the focus to remain only on yourself and what you need for today. Put on our oxygen masks, and then we will, at the end of our practice, walk into the world and be able to do all the things that we do. I'm going to move back to the mat. If you choose to, please do. If not, you can stay seated. Let me straighten out. There we go. You'll be able to see me really well. Let's open the eyes and bring the drishti to the tip of the nose, which really means softening the gaze downward, but not eyes closed, so it can be down. Bring your hands into a mudra, into chin mudra. Drop the shoulders and drop the attention down into the breath. As you inhale, notice the tip of the nose. Notice the cool air coming in through the tip of the nose, filling, 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 filling. And then notice the focus onto the tip of the nose as you release. Continue to keep the spine long and lifted. Inhale to the lower belly, lower lungs, upper lungs, keeping your focus down onto the tip of the nose, filling all the way to the top of the lungs, into the collarbones, and then release. You need to close the eyes because that allows you to feel more relaxed. Remember to bring the drishti to the third eye if you do that. Inhaling, gaze to the tip of the nose, filling lower lungs, upper lungs. Without lifting the shoulders, allow the air to fill all the way up to the top of the lungs. And without hunching the shoulders, release the breath slowly, keeping the gaze at the tip of the nose. Inhale, lower belly, lower lungs, filling all the way to the upper lungs like you're filling a glass with water. And then as you release, slowly release, keeping the intention on the drishti of the tip of the nose, gaze downward. Inhale, open the diaphragm in the lower belly, into the lower lungs, into the upper lungs, expanding, filling, 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 sipping the air, sip, 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 and then release slowly, and release the arms, relax the shoulders. Inhale, lower belly, lower lungs, upper lungs. Riding these waves of breath for our entire practice. This is going to set us up for this practice and the breathing that we're doing. Release all the air, then inhale again. The lower belly, lower lungs, upper lungs, and then release. Use Ujjayi breath or ocean breath if you wish. Inhale. The breath and the soul. Opening. And releasing. Good job. And release the arms, shake out the hands. Release the drishti, just relax for a moment. We're going to begin our heart opening Elohai Neshama Shenatata Bi, this soul that has returned to me. after my night travel. It's washed clean, it's purified. We're going to use our drishti, our gaze, to bring that purity right into the heart center. So you can bring your hands again onto the knees. If you're in a chair, you can do this exactly the same way as we're going to do it on the mat with our feet in easy pose. Let's inhale. Draw the shoulders up and back. As you look up, focus upward. And then as you exhale, bring the gaze down to the navel. Now, if you can't see your navel, just bring the gaze to the feet. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to try doing my navel. Inhale, bring the shoulders up and back. Allow them to really open the heart center, cleansing the breath. And then exhale, bring the gaze forward, gazing at the navel. Keep that focus up and down. One more time, draw shoulders up and back. Open the heart, crack it open like a nut. Let anything go that you don't need. And then as you exhale, gaze inward and what you need for yourself today. Gazing at the navel. Good. Let's add our arms. Inhale up, gazing at the thumbnails. And then release and look up. Exhale. Arms up, gazing at the thumbnails, and then all the way forward. Bring hands to the earth and elbows if you can, and if you're in your chair, just drop your head down. Inhale up, gaze at the thumbnails, and bring them behind, and bring your gaze to the heavens. Exhale. Inhale up to the thumbnails, and all the way over. Now I'm going to keep my gaze on my thumbnails as I drop my elbows to the earth. Good. Gaze all the way up, thumbnails. A nice easy stretch over to the left. I'm going to keep my gaze on my thumbnail. This is setting us up for our triangle series. Both hands up, gazing at the thumbnails. And over to the opposite side, I'm going to keep that gaze on the left thumbnail. You can feel each side of the body opening, arms up. One more time, either side, gazing at the thumbnail. I'm going to come down a little bit farther just to open the spine up on the right side of the body. Thumbs up and to the right. Keep the gaze on the thumbnail. It's very different. Thumbs up and a nice easy stretch behind. Now use your drishti or your gaze to draw the head around a little bit farther. Inhale up, gazing at the thumbnails. And other side. Bring your drishti around to draw the neck a little bit farther. Feel that twist in the ribs, that opening. Inhale up, hands and palms to heart center. Press, 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 press. And bring fingertips to the third eye. Nice. If you're sitting on the floor, just switch which leg you have in front. That way we can open up that left hip a little bit now. Let's begin this psalm of praise for the morning, just drawing a little circle on the ceiling. Bring the drishti to the tip of the nose. So soften the gaze. You don't have to look at me because I can talk you through little tiny circles with the head, isolating the upper spine by just releasing the bones that attach to the top of the skull. And then go in the opposite direction. Notice if there's anything you're holding. Breathe into that space using the pranayama breath that we did earlier, 3-part breath. And then go in the opposite direction, make it a little bit bigger. So chin to chest, look down. Ear to shoulder, look up as you bring the head back, and left ear to left shoulder. So bringing your gaze down, softening, looking up, softening, and look down. And when I say softening, I mean the nose tip. Softening, looking up, softening the gaze to the nose tip and the look down. And then go in the opposite direction. Looking up, softening, looking down. All the way around, and notice where your gaze is landing. And let's add the body. So just stirring the body and beginning to warm up the hip joints. Breathing. The drishti should be at the nose tip at this point, and then go in the opposite direction. Nice. Big circles with the body. Feel the hips open. Stop in the center as you look up. Drishtis to thumbs. And all the way down. And open up that left hip, drawing the drishti to the thumbnails as you bring the arms to the earth. Feel that left hip open. You can be doing this in a chair as well. Kind of wish we had a little more time for some more rolls. Let's roll the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders forward. Again, the drishti is the tip of the nose. Roll the shoulders back. Add the arms. Bring yourself to the knees and let's stand. Stand for a wide-legged forward fold. You're in a chair, you can do this, or just use your chair as a prop if you need to. We did that last week, so you should know what to do. Bringing the feet out, toes at 45-degree angle. Inhale, exhale, raise the arms. Your gaze is at your nose tip. Inhale, exhale, bend the knees. Devi Asana, open the heart. Inhale, exhale. The gaze goes upward between the hands, sending that praise out. Inhale, exhale, open the arms wide and the heart wide. I'm going to keep my drishti up as I exhale. Inhale, exhale, and send that energy out. Great. Bring hands down into the hip creases. Drop the gaze. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward. We're going to bring our gaze all the way down to the hands, which are on the ground. If you can do that, if you're in your chair, you can do the same thing. The top of the hands is our drishti. You can press the thumbs together and use that, but I'm just going to focus downward on the tops of my hands. Inhale, exhale, bring the hands over to the left side. Bring the focus to the left big toe. Inhale, exhale, center to the hands. Inhale, exhale, over to the right and bring the focus to the right big toe. Inhale, exhale to the center. Focus is on the thumbnails or the tops of the hands. Now drop the head a little bit more and see if you can bring your drishti all the way through. This is a hard one, but this is one my teacher. Bring your drishti to your navel, if you can. We're going to do this again in downward facing dog. My shirt is puffy, I can't do it. And then bring your gaze forward to the hands. Inhale, exhale, slowly hinge up. Hands up into star pose. Knees are strong. Looking up. Praise Yah. Hands to Anjali Mudra. Press the palms into the midline. Balance. And bring the toes together and close the eyes. Bring the drishti to the center of the forehead between the eyebrows. As you feel that sense of focus and balance. Release. We're going to start a sun salutation. And we'll move our drishtis around. Just follow me. Okay, so come to the end of your mat, whichever end that you want to face. I'm going to face east today for my sun salutation. Normally would start with a chant, and then we'll go through a nice slow sun salutation. La 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 la. Feel free to chant along. And hands are in Anjali Mudra. I have my drishti at the tip of my nose, so my gaze is down. Inhale, arms are up. Look up, and then fold forward and look all the way down at the feet. Inhale up, drop the drishti right forward as you flatten your back. Exhale, palms to the mat, drishti down, right foot back, left foot back, and breathe. Inhale as you exhale, try to bring your drishti to the feet or to the navel. I'm having a hard time because my shirt is so puffy, but if you can bring the drishti to the navel and then press the feet into the mat. As you inhale, exhale, drop the drishti right in front of you as you drop your hips. Inhale, exhale all the way down. Little baby cobra, bring the drishti to the nose tip. Exhale. Inhale, exhale back to downward facing dog. Press the feet in and bring the drishti to the feet or the navel. Good. Lift the right leg up. Inhale, exhale, and draw that right foot right between the legs. Good. The drishti should be down at the big right toe. Inhale, exhale, bring that left foot. The drishti is down at the toes, coming all the way up. Drishti up. And palms in center. Good. One more time. Inhale up. Drishti up and gaze all the way down. Inhale, drishti at the toes, half flat, half back. Hands down, left foot back and right. The gaze should be at the big toes or the navel in down dog, and push the heels into the mat. Inhale, exhale, drop the hips and drop the gaze to the front of your mat. Inhale, chaturanga, yoga push-up all the way down, and then the gaze is softened to the nose tip. Inhale, exhale, push back. Into down dog, gaze at the toes. Inhale, left leg up. And as you exhale, draw that knee in between the feet. Inhale, bring that gaze to the left toe and then the right toe. And all the way up, gaze up, hands together in Anjali Mudra. Close the eyes. Drop the drishti to the third eye with fingertips at the center of the third eye. And release. That was interesting. I loved it. Okay. Moving a little bit quick today, so it's going to create some heat. Let's come to the center of the mat. Feet hip distance apart, which for me is just where my feet are, and then I come out a little bit. Everybody has their own hip distance. Coming into Utkatasana, chair pose. We're going to use mudra that we used last week, Vajra Mudra. Okay, because this is going to help our drishti. So inhale, exhale, and as you exhale, come right into your chair pose, gazing at the fingertips that are outstretched in front of you, and breathe. And we're going to bring that focus of intention right into the gaze across our hands, focusing on a blessing for ourselves today, what it is that we need for our practice to focus. Focus us. Focus one. Inhale, bring the hands up, gazing upward, keep that focus. Inhale, exhale, over the left side, keep the focus. Inhale up, draw the hands upward, keeping the gaze upward, and focus over to the right side. If you have any constraints with shoulders or arms, please take it easy here. You know what to do. Inhale up, and come down, right back into chair. So very intensive focus. Try not to break the gaze. Breathe. Inhale, exhale once again, drishti up. Inhale, exhale over to the left, follow that drishti, open up the right side. Inhale up, and drishti over to the right side. Maintaining that gaze. Inhale, and bring the hands down, and release. Know that you are. And release the hands, shake well. Wow, that's good. So let's come into our triangle series. One of my favorites. This is also going to be utilizing our drishti. Come to the left side of the mat. Inhale, and as you exhale, step the right foot out. Might be opposite for you. I'm never sure if I'm doing it the right direction, but it doesn't matter, whatever way you want to use. So let's inhale. As we exhale, draw that left hip open, because for this triangle, Trikonasana, we want to make sure that we look like a piece of cheese. We're flat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, shoulders down. Inhale, lean way over that standing leg. And as you exhale, come into your drishti, which is the gaze at the thumbnail, and breathe. Now, if you can't do that, feel free to bring the gaze down to your big right toe. It's up to you. You can do anything you want. And if your neck won't do that, just draw the drishti down to the nose tip. I'm going to keep breathing into that drishti of the thumbnail. As we listen to that gaze, bring the left hand to the left back thigh, right arm over. The drishti at this point is at the nose tip. Good. Way back over. Stretch way out over that hand, and then bring the drishti into the thumbnail. And listen. Breathe as you bring the left hand back. We're using this 3-part pranayama and the drishti to the nose tip. Good. And bring the right arm down. Let's go straight to the other side. Left toes to the wall. Right toes in 45. Inhale, exhale, swivel the right hip open. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, shoulders away. Inhale, lean way over that standing leg, and then bring the drishti to the right thumbnail and breathe. Open the heart, listen. gaze are soft, arms strong, and the gaze is very strong. Inhale, right hand, left back thigh, left arm open. I'm dropping my gaze to the tip of my nose. Reaching way over that standing leg. Drishti up. Stretching up, reaching, focusing. And one last time. Right hand, right back thigh. Left arm up. Drop the drishti to the nose. And step the toes together. Hands at heart center. Drop the drishti to the nose. Inhale. Ahem. And release. The reason I don't want you to close your eyes is because you could lose your balance. But if you have the ability to close the eyes, bring the drishti to the third eye. Unity is all about focus, radical presence, release. Being that this coming week is Bashalach, the season of our deliverance from slavery to freedom, I thought it would be appropriate for this prayer today. So let's come to the back of the mat. A warrior series. We haven't done this in a while. It's nice and strong. So inhale, bring the drishti out to the front foot as you step forward with that foot. Inhale and exhale and bend the right knee. The hips should be facing forward like your feet are on a railroad track. So not open, but closed. Good. Keep that gaze on that front toe for a moment. Inhale, draw the arms up and the gaze up. Virabhadrasana 1. We're the warrior. We are the Jews leaving Egypt, seeking our freedom. The Hebrews, a great people intent on freeing themselves from slavery. Inhale, open the left arm with palms up or down. Today we're going to do down because the gaze goes on to the front, to top of the front hand. Drishti to the top of the front hand, warrior 2. Inhale, exhale, left hand to left back, thigh, right arm over. The drishti, believe it or not, can be up or down. I'm going to bring my drishti all the way up to the heavens. Inhale, arms out, drishti at the front, top of the fingers. Inhale, swivel the drishti up with the front leg bent and the hips forward. Freedom, reaching for freedom. Circle the arms around and step forward. And come to the back of the mat. Good. Let's go the other leg. Actually, I'm going to switch sides so I can be open to you. So bring the left foot forward. Plant that right foot 45. Swivel the right hip forward. And bend that left leg. The drishti is on the left big toe. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the arms up. Drishti up. And breathe. Freedom from all the things in our lives we want to be free from. Inhale, open the arms, acceptance to those things that we need to accept. Gaze is over the left fingertips. Right hand to right back thigh. Left arm open, gaze up. Inhale, exhale, arms out, gazing over the top of the hand. Inhale, exhale, shift the right hip forward, bend that left knee, the gaze is up, freedom. What is it that you need to free yourself from? I know the world needs to be free from COVID. Inhale, circle the arms and come out. Good. Bring toes together. Drishti is up, hands are up. As we imagine a white healing light coming into the palms, into the arms, down through the heart, all the way into the legs and the feet, bringing left hand over the heart and right hand. Strength and loving kindness, and bringing that strength in for when we need it. And release. All right, now we have to do a balance because this is a drishti practice. So let's find a floor that's not too squishy. If I try to balance on this, well, I've got the carpet and the mat, but I'm going to use my chair today. So let's bring both feet just hip distance apart and find balance by just going back and forth. Bring the drishti down to the nose. So we're never going to be straight up. We're going to be down. We're going to have eyes closed. We're going to have eyes up. We're going to have eyes to either side or trained on the toes or the hands. So that's the idea of this focus. So heart is lifted, gaze is down, jaw is drawn into the chest for mountain pose. Inhale and bring all of the weight over to the right foot. And send a root down into the earth. And then lift the knee into the hands. Keep the drishti down. And drop that knee. And then bring the root into the left leg. Keep the drishti down. Lift the right knee. We're going to start with this marching balance, but then we're going to go into tree balance. So just go back and forth a few times. Drishti down. Find a spot just to bring your gaze and fix it. It'll keep you very balanced. Or use the chair. Good. Now draw all of that weight into the right leg and lift the leg into tree, either up under the knee or over the knee. Bring the drishti to the fingertips. And then if it's available and you'd like to bring your drishti up, and fingertips up. It's very hard to do this on a carpet. So I'm just going to bring my drishti right here because I'm able to do that. Oops. Very challenging today. And drop that foot down, shake it out. Bring all of the weight into the left foot, into the left leg. Feel that root into the earth and then lift the right. Bring the drishti either opposite you. I like using my fingertips as the focus point. Strengthen that leg. You can stay right here if you want. You can even keep your foot down on the ground. You don't have to do the balance. And then if you'd like, draw your drishti up. And breathe. And release. And drop the drishti and release the arms. And let's create this force field. Focus all around us. Bring the focus up. I'm going to use my hands as my focal point all the way down. All the way down and around the tops of the hands. Keep my focus as I bring that force field, focusing, noticing when my gaze breaks and my attention falters all the way down into forward fold with gaze at the tops of the hands. Inhale, exhale, and come on to the knees. And let's bring ourselves into tabletop. Coming into tabletop, flat back. Once again, the focus is going to be right between, either between the hands, or if you want to bring your thumbs together, that's fine too. I haven't done this practice a lot, so the one thing I need to figure out is when both hands are down, do you focus in between? It doesn't really matter, because right now we're going to bring the hands apart and stretch that right foot back. And then as you lift your left hand, the focus is going to come to the thumbnail. So shake somebody's hand and then focus on that thumbnail. And breathe. Press the right foot back as though you have a Barbie foot and you're pressing pedal to the metal. And breathe. Inhale, exhale, bring that hand down and into child's pose. Close the eyes, third eye to the mat. And breathe. Prayer of gratitude for all that we have. Coming back to tabletop. Inhale, exhale, press that left foot into the back and stretch the right hand out, gazing at the thumbnail. Press and lift back, stretch front and focus the gaze. Reaching for that sense of radical amazement, radical attention, radical integration. Radical presence. Breathe, lift that leg a little bit more, stretch the arm out a little bit more, and then finally lower it. Sit back into child's pose. Take a couple of nice deep breaths. My mat is kind of crumbling here on me. Inhale and exhale. Stretch the arms out. Rest the drishti as you close the eyes. And press the third eye into the mat. Good. Can't stop now. Inhale, exhale, pushing into downward dog. Once again, the drishti comes to the feet or the navel. Inhale, exhale, drop the hips. If it's available and you'd like to come into side plank, bringing the gaze to the thumbnail, you can always drop the knee if you need to. And breathe. And bring that arm down. Go to the other side. And breathe. You can always drop your knee down if you need to. Inhale, exhale, bring both hands down into plank, chaturanga all the way down. And rest your cheek on the top of the hands, close the eyes, and bring the drishti to the third eye. Enjoy a couple of deep breaths. And release. Lift the right leg about 6 inches and release that down. Lift the left leg and release that. Lift the right leg. And release. Inhale, lift the left leg. Good. Inhale, bring the hands straight out in front of you. We're going to lift arms and legs. The drishti is going to be just at the top of the hands. So inhale, exhale, and fly. Bring the drishti to the top of the hands. Focus. Radical presence. Inhale, exhale, release. Come into our final asana for this set, which is Sphinx. The gaze is at the nose tip, but you're going to extend the neck. Bring the hands and the elbows under the shoulders and breathe. And bring one of the gratitudes that you're feeling right now into the heart center. Inhale, exhale, push up, cross the feet, and come on to the butt, to the tahat, tahat tashamayim. And we're going to come all the way down. I have my blankie here, so I'm just going to bring it under my head. And as we take a moment of memory today, let's just bring the feet under the knees. Feel that deliciousness. Close the eyes. And bring the drishti to the third eye. Relax the shoulders down. Inhale, lift the right foot and press that right foot into the ceiling as you bring someone to mind for our memory today. Allow the breath of that memory to flow out through the feet, any grief that you might be experiencing as you inhale. And as you exhale, release what you don't need. Inhale, press and flex. Exhale. If you want to keep your drishti at your foot or the toe, you can. I'm feeling my gaze needs to be closed right now, so I'm closing the eyes, focusing on the third eye point. And flex. Drop that right ankle onto left knee and pull back. Stretch out the right hip and release any grief you might be feeling. If you'd like to thread through the left hip with your hands to get a little more intense stretch. You can do this seated by just crossing your left foot up over the right foot over the left knee and folding forward. And breathe. And release the right leg down. Both feet are on the mat, knees up. Inhale, exhale, press that left heel into the ceiling and rotate the left foot around. And bring the holy memory of someone you might be thinking of this week. It's their yahrzeit. Flex, Stubby Friedman's yahrzeit, so I want to call her for special memory and point. Inhale back and exhale. And flex, inhale. And bring the left ankle onto the right knee. Pull back and just gather the right knee a little bit closer by threading the fingers behind. We did this with our mudra last week, so if you're thinking of that connection mudra, we did clasp your fingers together and bring that connection with the loved ones. And spirits are very much present with us today, into the heart, into the mind. Good. And release. Bring the soles of the feet together. Open the knees. Bring the arms up over the head. And allow all the butterflies of memory to pollinate the memories to the world. All their blessings be gathered as together we say, Amen. Inhale, exhale, draw the left knee over, draw the right knee to the left side and look to the right. Draw the head over, but you don't have to open the eyes. I just wanted to get this stretch in before we do Shavasana. Inhale, exhale, draw both knees over to the right, look to the left. And we'll have a few moments just to release all of the drishtis we did today, release all of the strong asana, the prayers that we did today by bringing legs out in front, the arms down with palms up, eyes closed, heart open, absorbing the practice, a little shalom shavasana. Allow all the muscles to release. Allow the legs and the hands to become heavy. So you're sinking into a very thick, warm cocoon of protection. As you sense this warm blanket being drawn up over the feet, allow the feet to rotate outward and the toes to relax. Allow the shins and ankles, the knees to become warm, thighs. The warm blanket comes up over the hips, it covers the hands. Release the hands. Allow the hip bones to rotate outward. Bring that warm blanket up over the arms, over the belly, over the heart, shoulders. It's being tucked in up under the chin. Now you feel completely protected in this relaxation cocoon. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. The focus is gone. There's nothing to focus on except for the breath, the beat of the heart as it brings oxygenated fluid to every vein and artery. Nakavim, nakavim, chalulim, chalulim. If one of those openings were to fail, how well that we would know we could cease to exist. Saying a blessing for the heart. May our hearts be blessed with openings and closings. May the light of the eternal flow in us and through us. May we feel eternally peaceful from the top of the head all the way down to the tips of the toes. Release the jaw and take a deep breath in through the mouth. And wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Notice the mat beneath you, the mishkan that you've stepped into today, which will protect you as you draw your knees into the chest and gather them in. Just massage the lower back by rocking from side to side. And then gently roll over to the right side. Make a quick pillow of the arms. And then when you're ready, and only when you're ready, push yourself up to seated. And we will create a healing circle, my friends. Let's bring our drishti to the fingertips to start. As we bring to mind anyone who might be in need of our healing prayers today, we think of all of those who are suffering from Delta, Omicron, COVID, and all of its variants, and all of their caregivers. If you have someone to call for healing, please write their name in the chat room or just call their name in your heart or out loud. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, looking up. Inhale, hands together. Drishti at the thumbs. And bring the hands all the way down. Shift the gaze to the fingertips. Inhale, arms open. Open the heart for that healing, and then as you exhale, bring the gaze up, send that healing out into the world. Inhale, palms together, gaze at the thumbnails. And one more time, bring that gaze all the way down to the tips of the fingers. Baruch atah Adonai rofeh hacholim. Might all of those in need of healing be healed. As together we say, Amen. I'm bringing a blessing to everyone in this healing circle. I thank you all for spending this hour of focus, of radical presence with me, and I hope to see you all again very, very soon. I wish you a day of joy, of peace. Namaste.
Namaste.
One time I was in LA, I saw some fire.